Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum student. This is Umaira Saeed and today we are going to discuss a very important topic which is related with the communication studies as well, and that is the film and objective correlative, as I have written here, objective correlative and mise en scène. The first statement which I have written is a literary term, and whereas the mise en scene is particularly related with the movies and the dramas or the stage performances as well, and I will discuss today that what is the importance of the objective correlative, mise en scenes, and what are the films as well, and we will make a comprehensive discussion on the stage and the costume, characters, light, the camera, and all the things which are related with the making a film more attractive and more watchable and go a hit on the box office. So, let us discuss the film and the objective correlative. What is film? Film is an international, fine international language medium, like what film represents. Film represents your culture, the culture you in which you are living. So, it means that if you want to, what is the literature? Simply, literature reflects the society. That's how the film is also a kind of a literature, but it is a performed literature in which you can see the demographics, the people behavior, the education, the culture, the living standards of the people of that area by their movies. So, movies is actually the living performances of the understanding of a different culture. Objective correlative is a terminology, is a term which was coined with T.S. Eliot. Many of you will be familiar with the T.S. Eliot. He was the great critic of the postmodern era, and he said, while analyzing the literature, while analyzing the Hamlet by Shakespeare in detail, he said that Hamlet is an artistic failure. He has a different discussion related to that, but as I said that why he said that the objective correlatives are very much important. He said that whatever the scene an author or poet is writing, whatever being depicted on the screen must be related with all other things, must be in the favor of that scene. Many of you have seen that in India, when there is a death scene, they use the dead body is lie in between, and rest of the people wear the white suits. White is a symbol of harmony and the peace. Why they are wearing the white suit? Because they have make it the part of the culture, but whenever they will go out for they will go to some death anniversary or some death, they will wear the white suit. So, whenever there is a death scene, all the people sitting around the dead body wears the white, and they having a very sad and the gloomy faces. It shows that this scene is very much objectively correlated with this. If I say in Urdu, T.S. Eliot का मानना ये था कि जब भी आप कोई सीन लिखते हैं, बनाते हैं या दिखाने की कोशिश करते हैं, तो उस सीन या उस चीज़ से मुतालिक हर चीज़ जो है वो उससे कोरिलेट होनी चाहिए. हम ऐसा नहीं कर सकते कि अगर हमने कोई डेथ सीन दिखाना है तो हम बहुत फंकी से क्लॉथ बनाएं, पहने और साथ में स्माइली फेस के साथ अपने मैसेज को या उस सीन को जो है वो पेश करें, बिकॉज वो ऐसा लगेगा जैसे लाइक यू आर ऑन अ मैरिज सेरेमनी. और हम ऐसा भी नहीं दिखा सकते कि हम जब मैरिज दिखाएं या कोई सीन ऐसा डिपिक्ट करें तो उसमें हम सारे वाइट सूट जो हैं वो पहन के आ जाएं. हम वी हैव कैटेगराइज्ड the different things with the different scenes, like white is associated now with the death, although it is this culture is not been was not the part of Pakistani culture, but now you may observe in the Pakistani drama, but whenever there will be the death scene, the people would wear the white suit. It means that we are adopting the culture from the India. Indira Gandhi once said that there is no need to war with the Pakistan because India with their culture will invade over Pakistan, and in the recent years, in the primitive years, we were under the influence of the Indian media, but nowadays alhamdulillah we have developed our own media, and now we are self-sufficient in producing and relying on our media as well. So, these are a very simplest definition of objective correlative. As far as the mise en scenes scenes are concerned, you may have seen in the movies, in the dramas, that when the scene changes, the whole of the setting, the costume, the whole of the light, even the camera work will change as well. So these are the mise-en-scenes. And you know what Aristotle said while analyzing a tragedy, he said that all these objective correlatives or all these mise-en-scenes also plays an important role to bring out the catharsis. Catharsis is to bring out the pity and the fear. How you, when you relate yourself with another person, you feel the pity and the fear. I still remember being a mother that whenever I see a weeping child on the screen, my heart aches, my heart weeps, because I associated my child with the child on the screen. Same how if some father has died, and when he says some scenes where the father died and the daughters are weeping, so the audience used to relate themselves with the person on the screen and they start weeping. It means that these objective correlative and the mise-en-scenes plays an important role to connect yourself with the person on the screen, and this brings out the catharsis, pity and fear out of you, and this is the purpose of the movies as well. So this had a great influence on the temperament of writing literature in the 20th century, but this temperament was very much consistent in the previous tragedies written in the 14th century and 13th and the 12th century as well. But T.S. Eliot more uncovered this concept that mise-en-scenes are very much important. When there is a scene of college, you may see that dramatist or film director used to take the scene of the college, and the same heroine is wearing the jeans and the t-shirts, and when after the marriage the same lady is wearing the different makeup and she is looking like an aged woman, she is wearing the dupatta, and as the character goes into old age, you would see that the character's temperament, their dressing, their makeup will change. It means makeup plays a very important role. My dear student, all these mise-en-scenes and the objective correlative based upon the makeup, and nowadays the makeup has become a complete industry, particularly for the films and the drama. It is not the makeup which you or me apply at home or in the offices as well. These are the simplest makeup, but the makeups that changes the personality. Many of you have seen the Avatar movie, many of you have seen the Terminator, many of you have seen the many other movies where there was a great changes of the have you seen the horror movies? In the horror movies, the whole of the horror depend upon the makeup. The more horrible the makeup is, the more horrible you connect and you feel that the ghost is moving around you. So the music, the background scores, the lightning, all this plays a very essential role. Let's discuss the horror movies. In the horror movies, do you think that the ghost exists? Maybe the ghost exists, maybe you have a different belief. They used to have a very dark light there, they have other different people over there, they start observing that something is coming from here and there. So these are the some objective correlatives which you connect and feel the same horror which they want to make you realize. As you see in the marriage ceremonies in Pakistani or in the Indian culture or even in the Hollywood as well, so they depict their culture through their films. So if I give you a definition of the film, so I told you that the film is a fine international language media, and the costume, lighting, arrangement, composition, props plays an important role in the cinematography. Many of you have seen that if there is a Basant scene, they will try to have kites over the sky. It means that they are going to present the Basant scene, and if there will be no kites in their hand, then how they will depict the Basant over there. So the influence, the verisimilitude or believability of the film in the eyes of the viewer. So seeing is the believing. If you want to make your viewers to see something, they would believe on that as well. So this is the purpose of the film. The most important another thing is the set design. The set designs are very much important. How the set design, if you want to portray a rich family, definitely your set of the house will be like the people or the affluent people used to live, and if you want to show some beggar house, definitely your props and the set design will be like not that of the affluent, and it will be very miserable and portray the very miserable condition. And emotions are very much associated in the mise-en-scenes as well. As I told you, suppose if I give you an example that if you are watching a drama, a child is being kidnapped and killed by the kidnappers, and being a mother of one child, and if you are the parents, you will associate yourself with that child and you will weep as well. Why you are weeping? That is not your child. The purpose is because the mise-en-scenes, the light, the music, the camera work, the lighting work, all these were touching your hearts, and it will bring out the catharsis, pity and the fear out of it. And that was the purpose of the dramatists and the filmmakers as well, so that they may associate their emotions with your emotion as well. Although everything portrayed on the drama or the movie is fake, but we relate ourselves with that fake emotions as well. Lightning plays an important role. If you are in a happy mood, lightning in the movies and in the film will be very bright. If there is some sadness in the scene, there will be the bright and the blue light in the background. It shows some sadness. If you are embarrassed, the music will be very embarrassed and very disturbing and very distressed as well. So music and the lighting, the camera work is very important, which plays an important role. Like sometimes we use the trolley camera, sometimes you use the dragging camera. If there is a fighting scene, our cameras, there will be 2 or 3 cameras, 3-dimension cameras are also using these days. So I have placed some analysis for you, and it will be provided in your WhatsApp group, that you have to analyze that how the set designs plays an important role in making your drama and the film more important. What is the purpose of the light? If the light will be changed, how the mood change as well. What is the purpose of the costume? Costume is very much important. Nowadays the costume of the drama actresses is entirely different from the actresses who are playing the role of a mother. It means that if you are a mother, your role, your costume will having a dupatta on your head, but if you are young girl, you have no dupatta. What kind of a culture this Pakistani industry is portraying? But yes, because they have developed a kind of a sense that if you are young girl, there will be no dupatta, you are going to wear a jeans, but if you are mother, you will have a dupatta. So costume, with the change of the costume, your character, your roles and your temperament changes as well. The acting plays also important role. If your acting skills are the good, you may overcome over all your weaknesses as well. So beauty doesn't matter because makeup cover everything. But the mise-en-scenes and the objective correlative, which the purpose of the T.S. Eliot, Aristotle and nowadays in the cinematographers want to say, is to connect their emotions and just to stir up your emotions as well, because the more your emotions will be stir up, the more you will go out and watch the movies and the dramas on the channel. So this was the lecture for today. The discussion will be done on the Zoom session, whereas the rest of your assignment will be provided in the Google Classroom. So take care. Allah Hafiz.